Hey everyone, I'm Donya. Thanks for joining us. Um, Make sure you go onto our Facebook and donate. If you have blocks, take them to the top of your mat. We're not going to use them for the class, but if you want to grab one just for balance, it'll be there for you. Let's start on our backs as usual in Shavasana. Laying down on your back. You can bring your legs out wide with your heels on the edges of your mat, or you can bring your legs into any shape that you prefer. And let's just close our eyes for a few moments and connect with our breath and let go of anything that's not serving us today. There's a lot going on in the world, a lot of fear and anxiety. And one thing that we as yogis know, yoga is essential to us. So here we go. Let's take a big deep breath in, fill all the way up from the tips of your toes, all the way through your legs, up into your belly, into your shoulders, all the way to the top of your head, and just sigh the breath out. Let's do that again, this time noticing if you feel any tension in your body, maybe in your shoulder, your hip, or your back. And if you did notice that, on your next breath, bring the breath straight to that area and hold it there for a few moments. We're going to do a little breath exercise to help decrease anxiety. On your inhale, fill up to the count of 4. Noticing the air come all the way up from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Holding it at the top for a 2 count. And then slowly to the count of 4, bring it back down. Try that 2 more times, filling up to the count of 4. Holding at the top, maybe feeling your heartbeat. And then slowly to the count of 4, controlling it on the way out. And one more time, just like that. Maybe this time you can extend that to the count of 6, holding it for the count of 4. And then slowly controlling the breath to the count of 6 on the way out. Let's set an intention for our practice today. I'm thinking happiness. How can we manifest that in our world today? There's so many things around us that give us that opportunity. Let's remember those and maybe bring a memory or a thought, maybe a person or somebody, something that makes you happy to mind for just a moment. Smile at that vision and then just release. Let's start to fire up Ujjayi breath. Victorious breath that moves us through our practice. Filling up again. And this time, as you sigh out, constrict the back of your throat and let the air press out your nose. 2 more times like that, filling all the way up. And exhaling, letting it go. 1 more time. And let's bring a little life back to our body. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Extending your legs out in front of you if they're not. And rolling out your wrists and your ankles. Maybe touching the tip of your thumb to each fingertip. Scrunching your toes together and engaging your quads, closing down your lower ribs, and scrunch your hands into fists and just let it all go and relax. Reach your arms up overhead. Let's bring your thighs to touch. Extend from end to end, get real long, maybe reaching further back with your right arm and then the left. And don't forget your breath. Let's bring the knees into the chest, just hug them in tight. Give yourself a little rock side to side. And then extending the right leg out in front of you, keep that left knee hugged in. Flex the left foot and then flex the right foot. And engage your quad and just hover the right leg over the mat Take your low back to the mat, just shifting your pelvis. And then extend the left leg up to the sky. Interlace your fingers behind that left leg and lift your chest. Maybe pulling the leg a little closer to you. Take a breath, keeping that right leg hovered. And then slowly bring it down, drop the legs down, hug the left knee back into the chest and give it a twist. Maybe teeing out your arm and looking over your left shoulder. And then back to center. Try that again. Lift your left leg up to the sky, interlace your fingers behind your back, lift your chest. Engage the right quad and lift your heel off the mat. Stay here or just reach those arms out in front of you. Maybe giving it a little shift, a little rock forward and back. Maybe lifting those hips and pressing that ceiling tile up with that left heel. Nice. Let's do 4 more just like that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug both knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Extend the left leg out. Hug the right leg in. Hover the left heel off the mat and engage your quad. Lift the right leg up to the sky, interlace your fingers behind the thigh, lift the chest. Flexing the feet, take a breath, and slowly relax it all down. Hug your right knee into your chest and give it a twist. And tee out your arms, maybe looking over that right shoulder. Nice. And back to center, hugging that right knee and extend it up to the sky. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh, lift the chest, hover the left leg above the mat. Take a breath here. Extend your arms out in front of you. Let's find those hip lifts. Engage the quads and just lift the hips, pressing that right heel up to the sky. Take a few breaths, use that low belly to lift you. And let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. Let's cross the ankles and rock forward and back and come all the way up to a seat. Just a little easy pose, Sukhasana. Let's inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Nice long spine, looking over your right shoulder. Back to center, inhale, reach. And exhale, twist to the left. Look over the left shoulder and back to center. Inhale, reach it up. And let's just bring our hands to our knees and we're gonna look up. Keep your chin up. Stretch the neck, and then bring your chin to your chest. Just look down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and drop your shoulders away from your ears. One more time. Let's look up. Take a breath. Exhale, look down. Just a few little neck rolls, clockwise and counterclockwise. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left. And let's just roll those shoulders out a couple times, back and forward. Nice. And taking those hands back to the knees if they're not there, we'll just open the chest and look up, this time finding a little cow pose. And then exhale, take your chin to your chest, round your back. 2 more times like that. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Stay with this rounded back. And we're gonna move the rib cage to the left, just shift it to the left and then bring it forward, move it to the right and bring it all the way around, just moving that rib cage. And let's switch it the other way. Nice. And then scooting back a little further. Let's find a little soft vinyasa, keeping those ankles crossed, hands come in front, just a little bend in the elbows, press the pelvis and then press it back. Let's find a little child's pose. Just for 1 breath, then cross your ankles the opposite way. Another soft vinyasa. And then hands and knees. Stack your shoulders right over the wrist. Fingers are spread wide. And we're gonna reach up and just open up. Stay here and then thread it through. Drop your shoulder down, bring it right back up. Inhale. And then drop it back down. 1 more time, reach it up and then hold it down at the bottom. Take the hips towards the mirror and then tiptoe your fingers in front. You can find a little half wrap, or if you want to take your fingers to the opposite corner of the mat, just spiraling your chest open a little further. Take a breath. And then bring it back to center. Come all the way back up to hands and knees, and let's do that the other way. Inhale, lift, and bring it through. 1 more time, bring it up, bring it through. 1 more time, lift it up. Thread it through, drop that shoulder down, tippy toe those fingers forward. Take the hips towards the orange wall or left. And then come back up to hands and knees. I'm gonna turn around. Let's drop our belly. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round your back. Find that cat and cow just 2 more times. And then take just a neutral pose here and just rock it forward and back. Let's warm up those wrists a little bit and turn your fingertips towards the back of the room, and let's lift the palms off the mat. Just stretching the fingertips. Take a breath. Nice. Fingers are spread wide. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and tuck your toes. Round through your upper back. Tuck your pelvis. Find the rib cages just pulling in, and then hover your knees over the mat. Hug your upper arms in. Stay here with these hovered knees, and then step it back 1 leg at a time. Find high plank. Engage your quads. Round through your upper back. Really press through the fingertips, and then lift the hips nice and high. Find downward facing dog. This is your first downward dog, so let's just walk it out. Maybe coming up to your tippy toes and dropping your heels to the left and the right. And then find stillness for just a few moments and come back to that moment in time, that happy feeling, maybe a little smile on your face. Take a big breath in and sigh it out. Let's come to our fingertips on our right hand, and we're gonna grab a hold of our left ankle or left shin and just spiral the chest through. Find a little cross diagonal balance here. And then switch sides. Light on the left, grab that right ankle and spiral the chest through. Take a breath. Back to center. Let's walk our hands to the back of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Little bend in your knees and slowly roll it all the way up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Heel toe your feet out a little bit wider. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Little bend in your right knee. Sweep the left arm up to the sky. And then back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Left hand drops. Right arm reaches. And back to center. Just heel toe your feet in so they're about hip width distance apart. And a little bend in your knees wherever you need to go to get your hands flat on the mat. And we're just gonna find a little press walk to the top of the mat, reaching forward and taking those toes to the back of the wrists. Reach forward, lift it, nice, all the way to the top. Inhale, lengthen when you get there. Exhale, fold, root to rise, rise up. And dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, let's step it back, find high plank. We're gonna slowly lower through chaturanga. Find up dog or cobra, oops, and then downward facing dog. It's okay. Upside down doesn't work very well with this. Hold that down dog for a moment. Take a few deep breaths. Yeah. All right. Back in business. Hips are high, fingers are spread wide. Take another big deep breath in, fill all the way up. And exhale, sigh it out your mouth. Bring your big toes to touch. Look at your hands, bend your knees, step or hop to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, root to rise, reach up, look up, and then dive down. Let's step it back again, high plank. You can do a few chaturangas here, or just hold this plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower, chaturanga. Let's find up dog, lifting those thighs off the mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out, back to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open it up. Flex that foot and square your shoulders to the top of the mat. 3 big circles, forward and back. Take a big breath in. Lift that right leg up to the sky. Take the right knee to the nose, stack shoulders over wrists, and step it through. Drop the back knee, inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Tee out your arms, and let's turn. Back to center, inhale, reach up. Let's turn the other way. Tee out your arms. Let's turn, this time finding a little reverse. Take a breath. Bring it all the way back up to center. Half split, Ardha Hanuman. Big deep breath here. Inhale, reach it up. Let's find that Anjaneyasana. Hands come down to the mat, lift the back knee, heel toe your foot out. Let's find lizard pose. You can drop that back knee and stay here, just opening up the hip Or if you want to get lower to the ground, maybe coming to those forearms, get a little stronger through that left leg. Take a breath. Come back up. Let's find that high lunge. Sweep that right leg up to the sky. And let's find a vinyasa. Maybe this time you want to find a one-legged plank, one-legged chaturanga, up dog or cobra. And then meet me back in downward facing dog. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open it up. 3 big circles forward, 3 back. Take that knee to the center, shift it forward, knee to nose, and then step it through. Anjaneyasana, inhale, reach up. Tee out your arms, let's turn to the right and back to center, inhale, lengthen. Tee out your arms, turn to the left, let's find a little reverse here. Nice, back to center, inhale, reach, pull it back, Ardha Hanuman. This time the right hip's forward, left hip's back. Take a breath, bring it all the way up to center, and then square it up, find that high lunge, heel toe the foot out. Let's find that lizard pose. Maybe that right leg stays lifted and you come down to the forearms, or maybe drop the knee and just open up that thigh a little bit more. Take a breath. Bring it back to center. Lift that back knee up. Sweep the left leg up to the sky. Press it forward, one-legged plank, one-legged chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Back to downward facing dog. Big inhale and fill all the way up. Exhale, sigh it out. Big toes come to touch. Let's look at our hands and get to the top of the mat. Maybe 3 little hops to the top, or maybe 1 big one, maybe a step. Inhale, lengthen your spine when you get there. Exhale, fold, root to rise, reach up. Let's set it down, chair. Hands come to heart center, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Twisting to the right, staying here, opening the chest a little more, maybe flying the arms, and then back to center, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist it to the left, opening up, flying out the arms. And back to center, get a little lower. Lift those toes up off the mat, take a breath, and just press through the heels. Keep those toes lifted, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe finding a little crow pose here if you have that in your practice. Otherwise, just getting back through your vinyasa however you'd like. Bring your knees to the back of your triceps, rounding through the upper back, looking forward, leaning forward, lifting those toes up, pressing through your fingertips, maybe hopping it back, pressing it back, plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra. We're gonna meet in downward facing dog. Big inhale and fill up. Exhale, let it go. Right leg flies. Bend your knee, open it up. Square the shoulders to the top of the mat. Let's look forward. Take that right knee to the right tricep and then bring it back up. Right knee, right wrist. Bring it back up. Right knee to the center. Hold it here. Let's tap that right knee down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it through, crescent pose. Rise up, reach up. Take a breath. Let's drop the left hand down and sweep the right arm up to the sky. Engage the back leg, take a breath. Nice, rise back up, crescent pose. Drop the back heel, let's find pyramid pose. Reach for the sky and reach, reach, reach forward, finding a fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, engage your quads and slowly rise back up. Reach up, humble pyramid. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Open up your chest. Engage, engage as you fold. Taking the hands off the low back. Maybe inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bending into that knee. Bring it back up. Crescent pose. Let's find 4 taps. Crescent pose. 2, 3, 4. Open it up. Warrior 2. Knees tracking over the big toes. Shoulders down your back. Your gaze goes through that middle finger. Lift the low belly. Hold it here. Engage your arms. Take a breath. Rise up, reach up, straighten both legs. Bring it back down, find that warrior 2. Back to crescent. Take a breath. Hands come down, sweep the right leg up to the sky. Your vinyasa, maybe this time you want to take a hop to the center of the mat. Stacking your shoulders right over your wrist. Maybe it's just a little lean. Maybe you get a little lift off that left foot, or maybe all the way up through plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and then meet me in down dog. Taking a big breath in, filling all the way up. Exhale, sigh it out. Left heel lifts. Bend your knee, open it up. Square the shoulders to the top and look forward. Let's take that left knee to the left tricep. Tap it, bring it back up. Tap the left wrist, bring it back up. Take it to the center, hold it here. 4 taps, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it through, crescent pose. Inhale, rise up. Take a breath, get settled in. Take your right hand down and just sweep that left arm up overhead. Taking a breath here, back to center, rise it up. And let's drop that back heel, reach it up, pyramid pose. Reach for the ceiling, then reach, 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 reach as you fold over that straight leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Engage your quads, rise back up. Interlace your fingers behind your back, open your chest. Pyramid pose. Let's fold. Taking the palms off the back, closing off the palms. Inhaling here. And then bringing it right back up. Right into that crescent pose. Take a breath, open it up, warrior 2. Looking over those left fingers, knees tracking over the big toes, leaning into the outer edges of your mat, outer edges of your feet. Shoulders down your back, lift your belly. Stay here, let's straighten everything up, reach for the sky. Back to that warrior 2. Turn it into that crescent pose, take a breath. Nice. Bring your hands down. Sweep the left leg up to the sky. Your vinyasa, maybe try that hop again. Hopping the right foot right underneath the belly, stacking shoulders over wrists. Little bend in the right knee. Maybe a lean, maybe a hop. Take a breath. Awesome job. Good job. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Inhaling fully. Exhaling completely. One more time, inhaling. And exhale, let it go. Let's reach that right leg up to the sky. 2 scissor switches. Hopping off the left and landing on the right. Hopping off the right, landing on the left. If you want to go right into a handstand, that's okay too. Let's meet with the right foot at the top of the mat. Hop switch, or just pull it through. Inhale, reach up, crescent pose. Take a breath, 3 taps. 2, 1, open it up, find that warrior 2. Straighten both legs, reach for the ceiling. Turn your toes out, heels in. We're gonna find a little Shavasana. Hands come to heart center. Let's get low. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Knees are tracking over the big toes. Get a little lower, lift the heart. Let's straighten everything up, reach up, and bring it back down. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it low, stay low, find that awesome posture, and let's turn this into warrior 2 towards the back of the mat. Reach, get the knee tracking over the big toe, take a breath, and bring it back to center, rise all the way up, turn your toes forward, and let's dive down. Little forward, wide leg forward fold, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Hold it here for a moment. Maybe taking a little stretch here, going into a headstand if you have that in your practice. Taking your right hand to the center of the mat and reaching the left arm up. And back to center, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Right arm reaches. Come back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Engage your quads, lift those toes and rise all the way back up. Let's turn the right toes forward, back to warrior 2. Take a breath, reach forward, reverse. Cartwheel your hands down. Let's sweep the right leg up to the sky. Your vinyasa. Maybe you want to throw in a bunch of chaturanga push-ups or just hop, because hopping's fun and it makes me happy. And then meet me in down dog whenever you want to get there. Take a big breath in. And let's drop it down for a moment. Knees are wide, set it all the way back. Let's find child's pose. Taking a breath. And slowly coming back up. Let's find that downward facing dog. Right into the other side, left leg flies. 2 scissor switches if you want them. Hopping off the left, landing on the right. Left leg flies, find the top of the mat. Inhale, reach up, find crescent pose. 3 taps, tap, tap, open up, warrior 2. Knees tracking over the big toes. Engage your arms, lift the low belly, shoulders down your back. Take a breath. And let's bring it all the way up, straight up. Turn your toes out, heels in, back to that yogi squat. Bring your hands to heart center. This time, just for a moment, let's take our hands to our thighs and drop your right shoulder down and lift it back up. And drop your left shoulder down, lift it back up. Inhale, rise up. Hands come back to the heart center, and we're gonna go back to those little squats. Lift and lower, and let's do 10. You can keep your hands wherever you want to. Squeezing at the top. This is a great view for everyone. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's find that warrior 2 towards the back of the mat. Knees tracking over the big toes. Weights in the outer edges of the feet. Take a breath. Bring it back to center. Rise all the way up. Toes are forward. Wide legs. Let's dive down. Heel toe your feet out as wide as you can get it, leaning into the outer edges of your feet and just folding as deep as you can. Taking a breath. Maybe lifting the head. Maybe taking the right hand to the left ankle and just lifting the left arm up. Maybe taking that headstand again, coming back to center and switching sides. And slowly bring it up. Heel to the feet back in, so you're 1 leg length apart. Warrior 2. Reach it forward, reverse. Cartwheel your hands down. Sweep your left leg up to the sky, your vinyasa. Maybe that hop, plank, chaturanga, up dog, or cobra. Meet me back in downward facing dog whenever you're ready. Take a big breath in, fill all the way up. Exhale, sigh it out. 1 more time, big breath in. And exhale, sigh it out. Right leg flies. Hop switch or step it through. Right foot to the top of the mat, crescent pose. Shoulders down your back. Let's find 4 taps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the top. Left knee to the chest. Take a breath. And let's engage that right leg. Reach a little higher. Flex the left foot. And we'll slowly lower down into standing split. Here you might want to use your block for a little balance. Take a breath. Lift your chest. Bend your knee. Take another breath and maybe find super soldier. Little quad stretch. And let's lift our chest a little higher. Maybe finding warrior 3 here. Letting go of the foot. And reaching and extending the left leg behind you. Rotate the thigh inward. Use the floor if you need to. And let's tap those left toes down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that top leg and little bend in your right knee. Let's set it down, find a little curtsy squat, then bring it right back up. Use the floor or the block to lift you or not. Let's do 2 more. And then we're gonna set it down all the way down. Find Ardha Matsyendrasana. Inhale the left arm up to the sky and find a twist, looking over the right shoulder. Take a breath. And let's unwind and just scoot back on our mat. Untie the legs. And let's extend the legs out in front of you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Hold it here just for a few breaths. Actively trying to get your toes, your pinky toes, to curl towards you. And slowly roll it all the way up. And let's lift that right leg up and then the left leg, and maybe both legs lift. If you've got this, rounding through your back. Nice straight spine. That's kind of opposite of each other, but let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. Hold it, hold it. If you can let go, do it. Let it go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. And let's roll it back up. Turn the fingertips towards the opposite way of you and bend your knees. Let's just find a little reverse table. Drop your head down behind you. Take a breath. And then look forward. Let's find a few shoulder dips here. Maybe taking the right leg up to the sky and dip those shoulders down. Let's find 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top and then switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Now both legs up. Just kidding. Lift the hips a little higher. And then slowly bring the hips between the hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Let's cross the ankles, find a soft vinyasa. Take a drink if you need to. Set it back. And let's come up. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Big inhale here. Exhale, sigh it out. One more time, big inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. Left heel lifts. Hop switch or step it through. Let's find crescent pose. Inhale, rise up. Let's find 4 taps. 4, 3, 2, 1. One push, top of the mat, knee to chest. Get really strong through the left leg. Engage that right foot. Lift the knee a little higher. Fly all the way down. Let's find that standing split. Hands can come down to the mat. And then super soldier. Grabbing the top of the foot. Lifting the knee a little higher. Maybe lifting the chest. Taking a breath. Letting go of the foot. Lifting the chest a little higher. Finding warrior 3. Rotate those toes down towards the mat. Take a hold of the floor or find your balance. Let's tap it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that right heel lifted. Lift your chest. And let's find those curtsy squats. Bringing it down. Tap. Back to warrior 3. Bring it down. Tap. Warrior 3. Bringing it down. And lifting. 2 more. And on our last one, we're going to sit all the way down. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Take a breath. Inhale. Right arm goes up. Let's take a twist. Looking over the left shoulder. Nice big breath in. Unwind and let's just get back onto our mats here. Keeping the knees bent, nice straight spine, shoulders away from your ears. Reach those arms out in front of you. And let's slowly lower all the way down to our backs. Reach the arms up overhead and then slowly come all the way back up. Reach it up. Bring it back down. Reach those arms up overhead. Lift it back up. Let's do 4 more like that. Try to keep your feet flat on the mat as you lift and lower using that low belly, not your back, to lift you. 1 more. Hold it at the top. Take a breath. Let's bring those arms down to our side. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift and hover the feet off the mat. Take a breath and let's lift those feet a little higher. You can take your hands down to the mat if you need to, or keep them lifted. Let's stretch it out and hug it in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. And then twist. And then back to center. Unwind your feet. Hover them again over the mat. Reach those arms out in front of you. Lower that back a little closer to the mat. Stretch those legs out. We're in a little hover here. Stay here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And then lift it a little higher. Bring it down. Lift it up. Let's do 6 more. Lift and lower. Keep going. 2 more. Drop your knees, drop your back. Take a big breath in, fill up. Exhale, let it go. And let's take our fingertips to those knees and just lift and lower again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Take a big breath in. My legs are quivering. Big, deep inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, sigh it out. Keep those feet close to your tush. Rock your shoulder blades underneath your back, and let's find a little bridge pose. Lifting the hips off the mat. Lift your hips a little higher. Take a breath. Slowly lower your hips back down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Just rock side to side a few moments. And forward and back. Coming all the way up. Back to downward facing dog. Let's fill up with a big inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Maybe bubble your lips. One more time, filling all the way up. And exhale, bubble your lips. Good. Spread your fingers wide. Let's press it forward, find high plank. Let's drop your right knee and then your left knee. Right and left. Hug those upper arms in, round through the upper back, and keep tapping for 8. Take a breath. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Hold that high plank. Drop your heels to the right. Let's find side plank. Lift the hips high. Take a breath, stacking that shoulder right over the wrist. Nice. Back to center. Let's tap again. Left then right. Right then left. Keep that rounding through your upper back. Take a breath. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Drop your heels to the left. Reach your right arm high. Lift the hips. Take a breath. Stack that shoulder right over the wrist. Spread the fingers wide. And then bring it back. High plank. Take a breath. Press back. Keep those knees lifted. Little downward puppy. Take a breath. Let's look forward. We're going to take the right foot to the right hand and then bring it back. Left foot, left hand. Bring it back. Right foot and then left foot. Stack the shoulders right over the wrists when you get there. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it all the way to the back. Find that downward puppy. Lift your hips up high, downward dog. Take a breath. Back to that downward puppy. Hover the knees. Press through the fingertips. Stretching those underarms. Just take the right foot to the top of the mat. Hold it there. Let's find that lizard pose. Drop your knee maybe. Open up the hip. Take a breath. Nice. Maybe you want to find that quad stretch. Good job, Tony. And then coming back to center, tuck your toes, lift that back knee. Heel toe your foot to the center of the mat. Reach your heart through. Stay here, or let's find a few hops here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Inhale, reach up. Take a breath. Fill it all the way up. Bend your knees and hover. Press the booty back. Stretch long through those armpits. Fingers are spread wide. Take a breath. Let's take that left foot to the top. Find that lizard pose. Your lizard, maybe with that quad stretch, maybe still just opening up that hip. Use your breath and then bring it back to center. Heel toe your foot back. Lift that back knee. Take a breath, get strong through the thighs, and switch those feet again. Let's find it. Step it out if you want to, or make it fast. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your hips. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Drop to your knees if you need to. Take a drink. Wipe off your face. Child's pose. This is for you, Carrie. I did it real drastic too. I wish I had a towel. Let's come back up to a seat. Thanks, Tony. Have you used this? I know, I'm just kidding. All right, let's find down dog again. Ready? Let's go. Lift those hips nice and high. Big toes come to touch. Look at your hands, bend your knees. Let's step to the top or hop it. Maybe stacking your shoulders right over the wrists, letting it go. Inhale at the top. Lengthen your spine. Fingers are touching something. Stay there. Use your breath and then fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up. Exhale, sit it down. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist it to the right. Open up your chest, back to center. Inhale, lengthen, twist it to the left. Nice, back to center, stay low, really, really low. We're gonna open up Shavasana to the left, open it up, stay low. Take a breath, stand up, straighten those legs, bring it back down. We're gonna close it up to the top, find that chair. Get low, stay low. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. We're gonna open up to the right, Shavasana towards the back. Take a breath, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then step it back to the top, chair pose. Reach those arms out in front, and let's come up to the tippy toes. Lift those heels, take a breath, maybe reaching those arms out in front of you, and then reaching the arms behind you. Lift your toes, come to those heels. Lift the arms up. Nice, bring it back up. Tippy toes. Bring it back. Heels. Lift it forward, tippy toes, heels. One more time, tippy toes. Stay on those tippy toes. Let's come all the way down and drop your knees. I need to come back to the mat. Sitting on those toes for a few moments, just get your breath. Let's take our hands to heart center. We're gonna find a little toe balance here. Squeezing those thighs together, close down your lower ribs, and just lift those knees up. Take a breath, and then drop it back down. 2 more times like that. Lift your knees, drop it, and one more, lift it up, hold it here. Take a breath, and let's come all the way down to the seat. Extend the legs out in front of you. Nice, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Let's bring those hands back behind us. Maybe those fingertips point outward. Bend your knees. Let's lift our hips back up. Find that reverse table for a moment, and then lift your head, lift your gaze, and lift that right leg up. Let's find those shoulder dips again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it up high, keep it there, and then drop it, lift the left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it, drop it down. Keep your hips lifted, drop your head back, breath, and then sit it down. Hands between your, or hips between your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Take your left hand to the outer edge of the right foot and just open up your chest, maybe sweeping that right arm behind you. If you want to get a little deeper in this, lift that right foot, or right foot off the mat. Maybe bringing yourself so far back that your left foot hovers. And then bring it down. Unwind, let's fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Let's twist the other way. Take your left hand to the outer edge of your right hand over to your left foot or ankle. Stay here or reach that left arm back. Lift that left leg up maybe leaning so far back that your right foot hovers. Nice. And then bring it back around. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Let's scoot to the back of the mat, find a soft vinyasa. And then come all the way down to your belly. Let's bring our arms behind us, chin towards the mat. And we're gonna lift our chest, squeeze those shoulder blades, release the shoulders away from the ears. Just keep that chest lifted for a moment and then drop it back down. Again, lift the chest, and this time lift the feet. Just let them hover off the mat. And then release. Both come up, and let's lift those hands a little higher and tap them towards the center. and then add in those feet. At the same time, let's do 8. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it all the way down. Maybe your left cheek comes down to the mat. Take a breath. Imagine one of us coming around and massaging your back. And then come back to center. Inhale, lift your chest. Inhale, lift your feet. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And let's lift those legs or the hands to the sky. Lift them higher and higher. Lift that chest a little higher. Take a breath. Just keeping those legs hovering. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Right cheek on the mat. Take a big inhale in. Keep your chest on the floor and just bend your right leg and then your left. And try to keep the thighs, the top of the thighs on the mat, grabbing the top of the feet. Just hold it here. Big breath in. Keep the thighs on top of the mat and then lift your chest. Keep those thighs grounded into the mat. Start to press your feet into your hands and then slowly lift a little higher. Lift those thighs up. Find Donya. It's named after me, right? No, I was named after it. Take a breath and then bring it all the way back down. Bring your hands underneath your chest, lift it up, press it back, child's pose. Take a big breath in here. Walk your fingertips to the right, to the center, and to the left. And back to center, reaching those fingertips towards the top of the mat, staying active in your arms. Take a breath. And slowly come up. Let's come up to our forearms. Stacking your shoulders right over the elbow crease, tuck your toes and round your back. Hover your knees over the mat. Take a breath here. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, step it back, find forearm plank. Take a breath here. And let's tap our knees left and right. Just tap them. Right and left, left and right. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Side forearm plank. Drop onto that right arm. Lift the hips high. Stack that shoulder right over the elbow crease. And then take it back to center. Let's tap again. And tap. Take a breath. We don't need music. We tap. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Drop your heels to the left. Left side forearm plank. Take a breath. Back to center. Hold that forearm plank and walk your feet in. Let's find a little dolphin pose. Take a breath. You can stay here if you want to interlace your fingers. Lift those hips a little higher. Press through the forearms. We can find dolphin push-ups. If you have plank or pincha in your practice, go for it or press it forward and back. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees wide. Press it back, child's pose. Arms come forward. Take a breath. Exhale, sigh it out. And let's come over to a seat. Bring those feet down on the mat. Let's reach our arms out in front of us and just slowly roll down to our back. Bring the heels a little closer to the tush and lift the hips. Find a little bridge pose. Let's lift the right heel up to the sky and then cross the ankle over the knee. Lift your hips a little higher. Take a breath. Drop your hips down and then bring the left knee towards you. Maybe taking your elbow to the right knee and pressing it away. Just taking a breath. Let's drop the left foot down towards the mat. Heel toe your foot to the outer edge of the mat and just drop your feet, your knees towards the right. Maybe teeing out your arms, cactusing your arms. And then bring it back to center for that little figure 4 bridge. Lift the hips, untie for bridge pose, and lift the left foot up, cross it over. Little bridge pose on the other side. Drop the hips. Take the right knee in towards you. Interlace your fingers behind that leg, and then maybe press the left knee away from you. Pull the right knee closer to you. Flex your feet. Take a breath. Then dropping the right foot down towards the mat, heel toeing it towards the right edge of the mat, dropping your knees left, teeing out your arms. Take a breath. Then bring it back to center. Lift your hips. Untie your legs, lift them a little higher. Stay in this bridge pose. Add a block for a supported bridge, or maybe go up into full wheel if you have that in your practice. Any of them would be perfect. And after 3 breaths in your bridge pose, come down nice and easy. Come all the way down to your back and find a little happy baby, Anandabhalasana. Grabbing the outside of your feet, bring your arms to the inside of the thighs, pulling your knees closer to the earth, maybe even shifting your pelvis so your low back grounds into the mat. And then let it go whenever you're ready. Anything else that you need in your practice, go for it. Or just coming right into Shavasana. Bringing your feet out, hands come down to your side, palms facing up. Just accepting the energy in the room. Just letting everything melt into the mat. Let's take a big deep breath in together, filling all the way up. And exhale, sigh it out. One more time, fill it all the way up. And then let it go. Coming back to your intention, happiness. Finding it and keeping it. And just letting everything go. Whenever you're ready, there's no rush. Coming up in your way, maybe bringing your knees into your chest and giving yourself a little squeeze. Maybe rolling over to your right arm, using it as a pillow, just finding that fetal position before your rebirth. And coming up when you're ready to a comfortable seat. Hands are at heart center in the Anjali Mudra. Bowing your chin down towards your chest, signifying gratitude towards yourself and those around you. Success in life is a necessity, but happiness is essential. May your hearts be kind, your minds fierce, and your spirits brave. Namaste. And cut.